You're welcome to the Relevant Talk Show. On this show, we feature the most prominent people in black and food and we dive into their lifestyle and try and figure out the way forward, but especially Ghana track and field. So we have with us Kingsley Darko and Eshun. You are both welcome.
Thank you.
Kingsley, how was this against for you?
Performance day, it was off. Yeah, my performance was not
Was it that you weren't
really
prepared for
anything.
it or preparation wasn't enough?
I wasn't prepared for it, to be frank. Yeah. I've been in a house and the coaches have been calling me. Actually, I've been the defending champion since 2018 Visa Games. So now and they were calling me, yeah, in short put, and they were calling me, Ken, you have to defend your champion and stars. And they were like, oh, I'm training, but I'm on and off. But it was okay. And I started training and I got sick, so I just stopped because I was just pressuring myself. So that was the end product of it. So I just had to leave training and just rest myself.
Mr. Daniel, I was expecting much from you this against because I think you are the defending champion in the discuss, but it didn't go as I was expected. What happened? What were the conditions?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
While preparing to the games, unfortunately on my side, I got hurt. I had a shoulder dislocation. So, based on the doctor's advice, I needed to rest the shoulder for, 10 weeks. So, as I calculated, I realized the 10 weeks was even going to be within the visa. So, I thought I wasn't going to. But with the help of the physios that we had back at UW, they helped a lot. And I think 2 weeks into the games, I realized I had a little bit easiness of the pains was even mild. So I started doing a little bit of jogging and technique works. So my plan was to come try and have even a throw. If the hand comes back, then I relax. So that was what we planned. And it's rather unfortunate I couldn't defend the title, but I'm very happy I was able to compete in this very crucial game because people thought I wasn't going to because the way the shoulder was, I said to myself, I need not to disappoint my institution. You see, they've invested a lot in me. So for me to also give back, I have to try every possible means to compete. But, you know,
So well done, you did very well. You are a prison officer, right?
yes,
You are not on sports release, right?
yes, man.
So how do you combine all these three? Work, school, training, appearing for competitions.
You see, as a dedicated athlete, like I can't use that one as an excuse, but it was very stressful. Trust me, it was very stressful because going to duty, coming back to lectures, and blending training at the same time. But as a dedicated athlete, you have to make any little chance that you have to make good use of it with your practice. So, I mean, I tried my best.
Hey Ken, are you backing out of sports or you are planning to bounce back?
Oh, to me, I'm really planning on retiring. I plan on retiring after this visa, but one of my coach advised me that I have to get to somewhere before I will just retire. Yeah. So I planned that, okay, if that's the case, then I'm waiting for All African Games. If that games hit and I'm being selected after that games, I'm done with sports. So that was my plan of retiring.
Can you give us a reason why you want to retire?
Oh, okay. I want to retire because we are not getting support in Ghana here. I know all the discipline will be complaining and stuff, but if we would have also getting some of the exposure some of the runners are getting, yeah, we know we are also going to hit it up. Because looking at the distance from 2016, me winning the national circuit games till now and stuff, it's not easy. It's not easy.
Okay, Mr. Daniel, have you really profited from being a sportsman in Ghana?
Definitely. That one, I have to be very grateful. I mean, I have to be very grateful because I've profited a lot in track and field in Ghana. I can't say track and field have not treated me or it has treated me very well because through track and field that I was able to secure my employment as a prison officer. You see, and I'm being given scholarship to at the university level. So what much could I say? I'm very good and I've really benefited from sport.
King,
Yeah.
what are some of the hardship you've encountered being a field athlete in Ghana?
Okay. Being a field athlete in Ghana is one thing that's not easy. Yeah, for sure. But looking like going to competition and you not knowing even where you are going to have your throws, can go to competition and they'll be like, you are not going to train, you are not going to throw here. Yeah, I'm a shot put thrower, so you know our missiles are heavy. So any place that I landed, like there will be a hole and stuff, and there will be an event which your event is part, but you go there and they will tell you that oh, no, because of they are protecting the field and stuff, and so you will not be able to train or you will not be able to throw. So that will make your training some way be. You train for the whole year and you don't get any competition to partake in, and that would be, I would say, a waste of time because for me coming from Abepo Junction to Babayara to train, and when it gets to competition they will take your event out. It's not easy, and they always expect something big from you. Yeah, it'll be like the foreigners are throwing this distance and you are here throwing this. Meanwhile, our training facilities is not good. Sometimes, right now, I want to train under supervision. But I'm not getting. I have to train on my own. Even when you go to training, some people will come to you and they'll be like, oh, teach us this, teach us that. And it will make you even a coach. Because you yourself, you are not getting help. But the little that you know, you are supposed to give it out to someone. Meanwhile, if there were to be a supervisioner, then we would have carried that. So there are a lot of hardship in it.
Mr. Daniel, how long have you been a field athlete in Ghana?
If not mistaken, more than 17 or 16 years.
16 years.
So I started way back in high school. So
Senior, I salute you.
for real, I mean, I've tried my best and trying to give out, and I know those that have the little knowledge that I've impacted in them, I'm very happy of their performance. I feel very happy or proud see them through win competitions, and my main motive is to build Ghana and let's say how should I put it throws, because when you look at most of our competitions that they organize now, our organizers, there's this partiality. I mean, how should I put it? Partiality on their side, because recently I heard Ashanti region organized some selected schools competitions, and I realized there wasn't any throws.
Yeah.
You see, so and if Ashanti region needs to compete in regional games, are they going to send throwers?
That's a big
Because
question.
it's an excuse of protecting a stadium or let's say the playing field. Because I think we have promised athletes who are willing to throw, but some of them comes and it's like we go to the stadium and we are not being allowed to even use the sector because of with the excuse of the page. It's very, I mean, it's disturbing. You see, it's disturbing because in throws, trust me, after all your gym work, your power works and everything, you have to do specifics. And when we are talking about specifics, the athlete, he or she has to be on the runway or in the sector, do the technique you've, let's say, demonstrated for him or her, for you to see whether he or she is doing it right. But here's the case, Baba Yara, they are not allowing the young ones to even use the sector to throw. So, they are trying, it's a way of demoralizing the young ones that wants to be in the throwing field. I hope you understand. But it's my prayer, I mean, get more, let's say, quote unquote, leaders at our sports councils that will have the passion for, because when you look at this current the ongoing Visa Games, those I think the officials that they come around, most of them don't even have the raw knowledge about throws. So you see, there's example, discus, there was a record broken.
Short put, there was also a record broken.
Discuss women, there was a record broken.
Yeah, two of them, but no one even know.
But I was sitting in the crowd stands, and I saw right after the competition, it's their duty, the officiating official, it's their duty to report to the main announcer. They kept it there, sitting there without doing anything.
But I heard them mentioning a record.
That was
by a sprint.
That was a long distance. Sarah, my teammate.
I'm talking about, because you know what, we all learn from the best. You see, and when you look at the way they organize World Championships, Olympic Games, and others, when it's let's say a day for throws, they will invite a former thrower who understands the game, so that as they are, let's say, showing it to the viewers, when it comes to throws, he or she can explain what the athletes are doing, so that when the record comes or when the result comes, he knows this is the existing record and somebody have been able to break the record. But here's the case, they will go and bring a radio presenter who doesn't understand track and field. You being a radio presenter hosting sports shows doesn't mean you understand track and field. I hope you understand.
Yeah.
And most of our radio presenters are very partial, because they only talk about football. Here's the case, we have countless radio presenters, radio stations in Ashanti region. None of them had a chance to even broadcast or even make a news about this ongoing Visa game. So it's a little bit disturbing, you know.
Right. Ken, do you think Ghana as a country is ready for the All Africa Games?
Yeah, we are indeed ready. But to me, what right now I seek now is for them to camp at least. Even if we are going to get a chance to travel one of the countries, even Africa or even outside, for us to be supervised very well, be on diet, we can do something. We can win a medal, because what I see is that we throwers, or we Ghanaians, we train mercilessly. We do training, but the techniques is the issue. Getting it in place is the issue. So even with this short period that we have to the All African Games, if we have been camped and being managed, we can make a difference. We can win a medal. Not even a medal, medals in this game, because we are fully fit. This morning I was checking one of my guys on the social media, and I saw the training the guy is doing. Rex from Army. The guy is totally good. We are all good, but we being supervised by someone ahead, a professional, or that's the motive of it. Because you can't be hitting the gym, doing stuff, your arms will be strong, but your techniques are not intact. You throw and your throw will just fall behind you, or you will get no distance. Me now, I don't worry about distance. I just calculate my techniques and I just pray that the techniques just get in line. If you get in line, you don't think about distance. The distance will produce itself. You get it? So now, for me, if I'm being asked by some of the higher institution people like our higher office, GA, national, you get it? That's what I want now.
You know, let me say something. Whilst we are, let's say, crying out that GA should come to our aid, there's this thing too that I have to let the young athletes understand. They should also learn how to invest in themselves.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They are eager of what they are going to get, but what are they also putting into themselves?
Yeah.
Because most of them only thinks about this competition with money. Whilst we started, right, we were going to competitions while there's no money. We were trying to also improving on our distances. That's the very first thing that as an athlete, upcoming athlete. But it's rather unfortunate some of the coaches don't tell the athlete the truth. I hope you understand. Because I remember when circuit started, right? I have to some of the security personnel you have to use your own money to go. Some of them too they take us, but we have to join Ashanti region and other stuff. But you see, as an athlete, you have to think about it. When you wake up in the morning and you go to stadium, nobody forces you to go. You go by yourself. So that alone should motivate you to know that if the help is not coming, that shouldn't stop you. You have to also try your best. But now you see athletes and coaches, they'll be complaining, this competition, there's no money, so this my athlete will not go. And the same coaches will turn around, be complaining, there's no competition for our athletes. GA have tried their best. You see, we are in this country and everybody knows how the system or the economy is. So if GA tries their best to organize the competition, and they tell us that, let's say, we should come, they will try our best. They will try their best to, let's say, feed, or let's say, come, we've paid venue and everything, come and exhibit your talent so that you know where your training progress has been. And you try to say if there's no money, you are not going. So what is the essence of every day wasting money from your house to stadium for us for like about 6 months?
Yeah.
I hope you understand. So at
It's
times
a very
I
good advice.
will really beg the coaches and the upcoming coaches to, really tell the athlete the truth that not every competition that the athlete should be expecting of, like when I win, there should be money.
I'm still on you. Why is it that I personally I don't see field athletes joining national teams, traveling with Ghana, going for international competitions?
What I would say is call a spade a spade. I say the distance at which some of us are doing, I hope you understand. But nevertheless, some are the king, my brother here, I think 2018 visa game, he did 16 or something. I hope you understand. That he should have gotten, let's say, let's say, serious attention from either the management of the our mother body or something to push him or her, but there wasn't anything like that. You see, the thing is, the kind of missiles that we are using to train here to in Ghana is very inferior. It's not even, it's very inferior. Because when it comes to this cars, they are using Nelco and stuff in throwing. But when it comes to Ghana, we are using this Indian produced
Meta.
missiles. And that is this thing, when it comes to this thing right there, the mechanism of the missile itself, when you use it, you see, we stress a lot on the missile. We stress a lot, you see, and the training. Ken made mention of techniques. You see, like, I at times see some throwers and see they have the potential, but the coaches that they are training them don't have the skills. Anybody at all wants to come and coach, or let's say coach throws. You see, like telling an athlete to let your missile fly up doesn't guarantee that the athlete understand what you are saying. You have to understand the mechanism of the game before you can direct somebody to. How can you understand? Because we have good athletes in Ghana, but they are lacking the techniques. Seriously, they are lacking the techniques. And the missiles too. You see, missiles too count. Missiles too count. So that is.
Ken, what advice will you give to a young athlete who is not yet up to your stage?
What I would say is that no, training is not easy. Field events training is not easy when it comes to weight and the gym work and the techniques and your diet. Me, I don't eat that much, but when I train for some time and it gets to the middle of the training, there that I start to consume more food. But when I start training like that, I can just take some local food and I'm okay. But when it gets to somewhere, it's not easy. And if you are really in the game that you want to really participate, you have to sacrifice. You go to some time I had to leave Kumasi to go and stay in Accra. I was sleeping on someone's floor like that just to get myself into the game, because then times I was throwing 9 and 10 in Kumasi, and I decided that I want to move from that level. So I just packed my things and left to Accra. I was having difficulties in where I was staying and stuff, and training at Ewak and stuff. And I thank all the officers S2, most of them, like many of them, Alabama and stuff. Like they supported us. Like they give us something, sometimes TNT, even encouragement and stuff. So if you really want to be in the game, what I would say is that you have to sacrifice your time, sacrifice yourself to the game. There that you see more improvement. Because if not that they are, you throw the 9 and 10, people will be expecting you to throw 23 and 20, and you'll be throwing 9 and 10. You can do it, but it's not easy. You have to motivate yourself and just move. Just,
Mr. Eshun, you made mention of bad missiles and can you summarize it for us? What's the way forward if Ghana wants to gain more medals in the field in the 2023 All Africa Games? What are the key points they have to put in place to get?
For now, what I would say is the timing is very short. It's because in sports, right, when you want an athlete to hit at the top level, we don't take 6-9 months or a year to prepare for that. Because when you check some of the Olympians, Sandra Pekovic, the Croatian discus thrower, when you follow her, she used 12 years in preparing for her first Olympic Games. But Ghana, no, we don't have anything like that. You see, there should be transitional training, because you can't just say we have barely 9 months, so GA should perform magic and get us missiles, and they can get us the standard missiles, but the athletes are not being well prepared for. Trust me, they are not being well prepared for. Because most of the athletes are, student athletes from universities, blending lectures, training, and some of them hustling, you see. So the way forward is, I think, they should try their best and get us the standard missiles, be it short, discus, and javelin. And right after the All African Games, there should be a plan, an agenda, both track athletes and field athletes. There should be an agenda, the upcoming ones. You see, like 5-year development plan. Because when you look at the Olympians, nobody used just a year to prepare for the Olympics. No. Some of them would sit down, 5 years development plan, and when that thing happens, they follow through with their training. You see, they follow through with their training. That for the first year, we want to cover this distance. For the second year, let's try and shape this. So before that 5 years, you see, the athlete is well prepared for major competitions. And when you look at some of the way GA, our calendar is, it doesn't blend with World Athletics calendar. So I will plead with GA and those that they design the calendar that we should try our best to develop a calendar that will help sync into the World Athletics calendar. Because I remember somewhere last year, Ghana, most of Ghanaian athletes were on off-season, and I think there was World Championship or something. I hope you understand. So what I will plead is, we should try and design our calendar in such a way that it will sync into the World Athletics calendar, so that when our foreign athletes are on off-season, the local ones too should be on off-season. You see, that one, and with the help of this development plan, we can go. Because when you look at this very ongoing Gusa, UST had, the fine sprinter, the lady, Winneba Singh, UDS, almost all the schools, we have good ones. When it comes to the throws, same. If not because of this upcoming national championship, I learned it will be held at secondly. When it comes on, if it comes on, the athletes will have a little bit of another competition. Not that Then athletes have to rest from now till December. Everybody knows that Ghana, December is our off season, and most of the athletes start training on January, February. See, wow, it's not like that. So what I will plead is our authorities or our GA, those that they draw the calendar, please, they should try and get a calendar that will sink into the World Athletics calendar. And I think when that happens, the athletes will try their best.
And we also plead that they should also give us a chance. We know our distance is not that much, but they should give us a chance even in our fellow countries around.
Yeah, I know
if there is any championship, they should give us a chance. They should calculate it that we are even part of an official, but we are going to participate in the game. You know, meeting a champion or meeting someone who is more ahead of you even pushes your throws. You get it? That's how it is. Some of the thrower will be running less, but when he goes outside and he gets exposure to some game or he gets a meet that has a higher professional athletes, it helps the person also to push. So we also plead with the GA or any association having the games or anything that they should also give us a chance. Last 2 years or so, they camped some athletes at the Cape Coast Stadium. That was the games for the Commonwealth Games, or
I think it was the Commonwealth.
And they camped and almost everyone. There was one thrower there, Aisha Umar. She too was able to drop or go high on her new personal best. So what I will ask and plead is that they should also give us a chance. It may not be me, but they should give throwers to a chance. Oh, I appreciate everyone. Oh, my advice, Dr. Mike. Yeah, Dr. Mike Day, Coach Lavon, Alabama, Senior Danny. You are all my seniors. I just started sports like 5 years, or I completed SS before getting into sports. So I'm not much into sports that much, but people have been of help. Those who motivate me to keep on. Yeah. I thank everyone who has been with me. My teammates that tried to correct me, tell me, Ken, you are moving, so slow down and just calculate. I thank you all for everything and everyone.
The little that I have to say for the upcoming ones, that none of them should just lose hope. There's a better future ahead of all of you. So if any of you feels that because of the situations he wants to retire, I say no, you shouldn't retire. You should try your best, hit up, and one day the star will shine again. So they shouldn't retire, they should just push it, and I know they will get to where they want to be. And I mean, to appreciation, I say very thank you to Mr. David Annan. As people know him as Lab Coach Lapon. Mr. Glover, my high school coach, Mr. Raymond, my high school housemaster, my Mr. Mate, Superintendent Mate, my Ghana Prison Service, our sponsor YC, Coach Asoga, Ghana Prison coach, and all my teammates. See,